Outside of the Breeders' Cup, it could be argued that Belmont Stakes weekend offers the best cards in racing. The action starts Thursday in the Astoria Stakes and runs through Saturday evening, ending in Justify's run at a Triple Crown.
With so many stakes on the docket, of course, there will be varying opinions predicting the outcomes. Here are my bold predictions.
1. Justify takes the crown. Several seem to be under the impression the number 1 post position will doom Justify. But jockey Mike Smith will make sure the Sons of Scat Daddy gets the best break possible and will put him right on the lead. They may never look back.
All the other major speed influences are parked toward the outside of the field. Tenfold and Noble Indy are in the 7 and 9 holes, respectively, which are outside of Restoring Hope, Justify's stablemate, who is expected to show speed.
Justify looks to have a completely unopposed path to the lead. If that happens, the race will be over before the first quarter mile, and we will witness our second Triple Crown winner this decade.
2. Bolt, Biscuits and McCracken in Met Mile. Since being moved to Belmont Day, the Met Mile has drawn star-studded fields that rival the headliner. This year's lineup is especially dynamic.
Speed is not an overabundance in this year's Met Mile, which is why I believe 3-year-old Bolt Doro has a big chance to steal it. He has shown the ability to lay close to a moderate pace in the past, when winning the 1 1/16 mile front-runner stakes at age 3. I also expect big races from Mind Your Biscuits and McCracken. The latter returned in fine fashion on the Kentucky Derby undercard, going a mile against a loaded optional claiming field. Mind Your Biscuits is returning from a scintillating score in Dubai and has looked fantastic. I expect both colts to be closing quick at the end, to make it a battle royale in the Met Mile.
3. Caledonia Road takes Acorn. As great as Monomoy Girl has looked, I think this is the best place for the Kentucky Oaks winner to get upset. Champion Caledonia Road is fresh, and coming off a victory over this very track that was over the same distance. Of course, the Acorn field in this race is much tougher, but I expect last year's champion will be much sharper for this race.
4. Whitmore rebounds. Whitmore may have run fourth in his last start, the Churchill Downs Stakes on the Kentucky Derby undercard, but don't let that finish fool you into thinking he's off form. In that race he tried to circle the field going into the turn, going 4 wide, but still managed to find trouble and had to steady in the midst of making his move. Despite the trouble trip, he still closed with interest, was only beaten 3 1/4 lengths. With a smooth trip this time around, he could very easily return to the winning form we saw at Oaklawn earlier this season in the True North.
5. Einski to upset Tiori. Tiori has a lot of support going into Thursday's Astoria Stakes, but the impressive maiden winner is facing a bevy of challenges that she didn't get in her maiden. First off, she is traveling 3,000 miles, which can be a challenge for fully developed older horses. Secondly, she will face other winners, many of whom will be just as intent on the lead.
Einski is one of the few that was not vying for the lead in her maiden win, but she did display the ability to stalk and pounce, and it is that ability that will allow her to take control once the speed falls apart. If she has the same kick as she did last out, she should be able to fend off any late challenges.